Ladies and gentlemen, I am the always lovely Enterprise Adam Epps. Alongside me is the always respected Anthony Ragone, and today we are here for a Tuesday evening episode of Create A Caw for episode 6, coming at you live. Anthony, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic, Epps, but not as fantastic as this first announcement I have. Eddie Reed has issued an open challenge to the locker room, and the man who is responding to that challenge is one that we haven't seen in a few weeks. Any guesses as to who it may be?
You know, in Create A Caw, we've learned that anything can happen, so I'm just gonna sit back and listen to figure out who will be the mystery opponent for Eddie Reed tonight.
Well, you won't have to wait for long, Epps, because I'm just going to tell you. It is Jacob Wells. He is returning to a CAC arena, and he will be in action first thing against Eddie Reed this evening.
Both men have so much to prove in that ring tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how this match plays out. But following that, we have another great match. It's straight off the desk of General Manager Townsend. It will be Jordan Brooks taking on a brand new debut to the Creator Zone YouTube channel, and it'll be interesting to see how Jordan Brooks will be able to cope dealing with that loss of his best friend Preppy, and also dealing with the gain of a new enemy in that best friend Preppy. So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to focus on his match tonight against his debut, or if he's going to crumble once again in another match.
Well, you saw last week how he vented his frustrations and how he was hungry for an opportunity, and it didn't matter what ties he had to sever to get that opportunity. So I think Jordan Brooks might be okay with this. But going on further, we also have the triple threat match with Johnny Miles, Crazy Che, and Phenomago.
And speak about lots of drama, we already know about the drama that's happening with Jordan Brooks and Preppy, but transition that right to what could be the biggest drama-filled match in the history of Create A Caw so far. It is that triple threat. It is to figure out who will be facing Adam Richards at Break the Gate, and it will be about who will become the future world champion and the first ever inaugural world champion of Create A Caw. This match has drama filled all over it, and I can't wait to see what happens next, as Adam Richards will definitely keep his eye on this match tonight, and we are coming at you ringside as I'm hearing now that Eddie Reed and Jacob Wells are ready for that match. So Ragone, without further ado, let's bring it ringside, my friend.
And here we are at ringside as you hear the music. Eddie Reed coming out to fulfill his open challenge. Epps, what do you think about Eddie Reed and his open challenge? What does this mean for the big man?
You know, definitely for Eddie Reed it means a lot. We saw him in the past. He's kind of hit or miss mostly in his matches so far in Create A Caw. I mean, obviously you saw in his debut, he made what I would think is one of the most dominant debuts in Create A Caw history, as he dominated Jack Hunter in a match that lasted a very long time, but in reality was all Eddie Reed constantly throwing everything he can at Jack Hunter. And then obviously a few weeks ago he goes on and loses to Kendrick Carter after Kendrick Carter already had a match earlier in the night. So it'll be interesting to see what Eddie Reed can bring to the match tonight, and I think that's why he called for this open challenge. I think he wants to prove to himself, not everyone else mostly, but just to himself, that he has what it takes to once again be that powerful big man we know and love from that Jack Hunter match a few weeks ago.
You see, and I'm going to disagree with you there, Epps. You see, I think Eddie Reed wants to prove it to everybody because I feel Eddie Reed is that kind of guy. He's a showman. He wants to be a dominant performer, but key word there, performer. He wants to make it seem like a long, drawn-out match, when in fact it's just him dominating the entire time, just as we saw with Jack Hunter. But then that overconfidence bit him in the rear end against Pro.
I mean, I can understand where you're coming from, and I can definitely agree that for some cases, all wrestlers are performers. All wrestlers want the fans to know that they are the greatest. But at the same time, Eddie Reed is very much focused on himself, and he's focused on his ability, and he's focused on his cash. And that's what he needs to do. He needs to come out with a win tonight against the man coming out next, Jacob Wells, in order to increase all three of those for himself.
Absolutely, point taken. And as we come up to his opponent, Jacob Wells, making his way to the ring. And the surprise answer to this open challenge, Epps. I mean, I announced it earlier, but I'm still kind of surprised that this man came out and openly accepted this challenge. What do you think?
When you think about Jacob Wells, you only think about one thing, and that's that he's only had one match in Create A Caw so far. He's been off the show for a while now, and it's been because that match, he had a match against Benny Banks. It was a planned singles match, and Kendrick Carter ended up costing him the match by showing up and crashing that singles match, making it into a triple threat. Now, very much everyone could agree that Jacob Wells was in control for the majority of that match. He very much should have came out with the victory, but Kendrick Carter, just as he screwed Eddie Reed a few weeks ago, he screwed Jacob Wells. So these two actually have a lot in common, but Jacob Wells came out to this open challenge to prove himself because he doesn't want to be held back by other people such as Kendrick Carter.
I don't think it's going to hold him back. I think he's going to do fantastic in this match. Eddie Reed's the one who's going to have to do a lot of proving to everybody here today, and whether it's about himself or not.
Well, it's definitely two sides of the same coin, to be honest, because both men are a different shade of wrestler, but they're both very proficient in what they do. Jacob Wells, obviously a very technical wrestler, whereas Eddie Reed kind of relies on his speed, his size, his strength, everything on that matter. So if Jacob Wells can kind of isolate those few abilities that Eddie Reed has, he could have a very clean match tonight and walk away with the victory. But I have to ask you, who do you think is going to come out the victory tonight?
I think Jacob Wells is hungry. I think he might come out with the win here tonight. And here's why. Because of that first match he was in. Granted, Benny Banks is no longer here with us, but we know Jacob Wells controlled most of that match. We saw it with our own eyes. Everybody in the audience saw it with their own eyes. Everybody at home watching saw it with their own eyes. Jacob Wells is a solid performer, and I don't think Eddie Reed is going to take him seriously.
You know, Jacob Wells quickly going for the cover here, trying to end the match early, but Eddie Reed quickly kicks out. And Ragone, I'm going to be honest with you, I would have to disagree with you on one basis and one basis only. This is Eddie Reed's chance to get back into the world title picture. This is Eddie Reed's chance to showcase that he is one of the greatest performers we have on our roster. Because like I said a few weeks ago, he challenged Kendrick Carter for that spot in the triple threat that Adam Richards eventually moved on to win. And you got to think that if Eddie Reed was in that triple threat last week, he would have won it and possibly became our first ever world champion. So Eddie Reed has a lot on his mind this week, and he has a lot that he needs to go forward and deal with. So if he beats Jacob Wells tonight, he could possibly be back in that picture to become not our inaugural world champion, but a world champion nonetheless.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of pressure on Eddie Reed's shoulders in this match, but as you see, Epps, Jacob Wells is not just going to lay down and let him take the W. He's actually been taking it to Eddie for most of this early on portion of the match.
You know, we're only 2 minutes in, Ragone. I'm not going to say that Jacob Wells is going to show dominance, because at the end of the day, we are talking about Eddie Reed. We are talking about one of the biggest guys, one of the strongest guys on our roster, and he's going to quickly take over this match just like he is right now as he goes for the quick cover, but Jacob Wells kicks out.
Yeah, Jacob Wells, like I said, Jacob Wells not going to lie down and just let Eddie Reed take the win. But here, oh my God, that was what a maneuver, Death to Valley driver there by Eddie Reed. Jacob Wells now in trouble.
You know, Ragone, I actually talked to Jacob Wells before this match, and I actually asked him why he was so keen on going into this match as he hits the huge spear on Eddie Reed right there, sending a big message. But Jacob Wells was talking about how much he wants to just prove to himself that he can be a great star on this roster. He obviously believes, just like we believe, that he should have won that match against Benny Banks and Kendrick Carter. But at the end of the day, he didn't, and he needs more matches on this show, and he needs more wins under his belt. And it all starts with Eddie Reed tonight. And you got to think that, you know, both men are extremely hungry for this win. Both men are going to put it all on the line as Jacob Wells bounces and spears Eddie Reed once again. Jacob Wells hitting some big moves to start this match off.
Absolutely. Like I said, Epps, Jacob Wells is a hidden star that we have. He is a hidden gem, and I cannot wait for him to finally get that first win under his belt so he can realize just how good he really is.
I can't wait for him to get his first 2 count or 3 count in this match, because so far every single pin Jacob Wells has tried to get on the big man Eddie Reed has only been a 1 count, and Jacob Wells still trying, but clearly Eddie Reed too strong for the small Jacob Wells, the much smaller Jacob Wells.
He may be much smaller, but he's got a lot of fight, as he's showing. Eddie Reed, though, I'm not going to take anything away from the big man. He's definitely got skill. He's definitely got the power, the size. He's got everything that a wrestler needs and wants. But the fact of the matter is, it's how much fight does he have compared to Jacob Wells? How much more does he want it than Jacob Wells? Especially with all the pressure that is on him in this match. Oh my gosh, Jacob Wells might be split open after that flurry of punches there.
I mean, Ragone, let's call it how it is. As Eddie Reed quickly goes for the cover, he might end it, but he doesn't, with just the 1 count once again in this matchup. But Ragone, we're just going to call it how it is, because very much this match seems familiar to me, and it must seem pretty familiar to you, because Eddie Reed reminds me so much of myself, the Enterprise Adam Epps, and Jacob Wells as he gets covered here for another pin attempt. 1, 2, no, quick escape there for Jacob Wells. But Jacob Wells, Ragone, might remind you a bit of yourself, as Eddie Reed quickly goes for the dominance over this man. It's very much shown how I dominate you on a weekly basis, but Eddie Reed pile drives at Jacob Wells. This could be over. This match could be over. 1, 2, no.
And just like me, I kick out every single time, Epps. Doesn't matter what you hit Jacob Wells with, he's going to keep kicking out. He's going to keep fighting. There we go, jawbuster from Jacob Wells, turning it around in his favor.
Like I always say in the past, I am a big fan of underdogs. I am the biggest fan of underdogs because I consider myself one of the biggest underdogs in history of professional wrestling. But Ragone, you got to admit, Jacob Wells is the smaller guy. He is the less superior guy, and he doesn't have what it takes to take on Eddie Reed as he quickly reverses that flying maneuver from Jacob Wells, showing a bit of in-ring ability.
We will see how this match unfolds, Epps. And then Jacob Wells with the roll-up. 1, 2, and he kicks out. Eddie Reed kicks out, lives the fight.
Jacob Wells trying to steal this match. I don't know why he would try and disrespect the sport of professional wrestling with that roll-up. If you want to beat a man, you're going to pin him in the ring like a normal competitor, not disrespect him with a roll-up. Ragone, I don't know why you would cheer for this man. It is a disgrace to professional wrestling what he just did there. If you're going to try and beat Eddie Reed, you better beat him clean.
You beat a guy bigger than you by any means necessary. You go to any lengths to beat the man in front of you. It is in the ring. It's not outside the ring. He's not using dirty tactics. He tried to catch him off guard, and it almost worked for him.
Jacob Wells, after those few kicks, though, going for the cover, trying to beat Eddie Reed, too. Nothing. Eddie Reed once again kicks out. There's been a lot of covers in this match, but so far no one has gotten that 3 count. Jacob Wells finally getting to the 2, but Eddie Reed still kicking out, showing that fortitude as Jacob Wells tries to put down the big man once and for all.
That is something I can give Eddie Reed credit on, and it's the amount of fortitude that he does have. The man is tough as nails. So Jacob Wells, in that retrospect, has a huge monumental task to overcome. But he seems to be doing a lot of damage to Eddie Reed, but just likewise, Eddie Reed's doing a lot of damage to Jacob Wells.
You know, it really looks like whenever Eddie Reed tries to get back in position of being that in that controlling point of the match, Jacob Wells somehow gets a clear reversal in there and starts stopping Eddie Reed. We've seen in the past few minutes, Jacob Wells has actually been targeting the legs more of Eddie Reed, which could be a smart maneuver to slow down the big man. But Eddie Reed, once again, going for a big pile driver as Jacob Wells could be out for the count. Eddie Reed quickly coming in control of this match and trying to put Jacob Wells away. 1, 2, 3, out of nowhere, Eddie Reed knocks out Jacob Wells and takes the victory over the much smaller opponent, and Jacob Wells is going to have to fight another day for that first ever win in Create A Caw as Eddie Reed takes the victory in this one.
Still an impressive performance from Jacob Wells. I like the fight that he showed against a much bigger opponent, and one that has already had more matches than him in the short amount of time he's been here. So that's an attribute to the character of Jacob Wells. But congrats nonetheless to Eddie Reed, the winner of this match. What's the future for Eddie Reed, Epps?
You know, the future for Eddie Reed is very much him still showing dominance. He wants to be that top guy. It's very clear that he is hungry for that top position. And the Jacob Wells, obviously a crushing defeat for him, but I gotta say, there's not many things I can tell him to do better in this match. As Eddie Reed just clearly comes out of nowhere with that pile driver, just clearly showing that he is willing and able to do whatever it takes to take the victory. But Jacob Wells better get ready to pay the piper, as he's gonna get some dollar bills stuffed in his mouth once again tonight by the big man, Eddie Reed.
Poor Jacob Wells, all the good stuff that he showed during that matchups. But you gotta think, what's it gonna take? What's it gonna take to get Jacob Wells over that hump? What's it gonna take for him to get that first win and secure it?
I don't know. I personally cannot comment on that because I'm a winner, unlike you and Jacob Wells. But we're going to have to get to our next match tonight as we see Jordan Brooks taking on a surprise debut issued by General Manager Townsend. So after this crushing defeat, we are going to get down to our next match coming right after this.
And you see it, you hear the music. It is none other than Jordan Brooks making his way to the ring. Now, Epps, we've seen a different side of Jordan Brooks the last couple of weeks. We've seen a desperate Jordan Brooks, of Jordan Brooks that is eager and hungry to prove that he is a somebody on this roster. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, clearly Jordan Brooks tried his best to make a huge statement when he debuted a few weeks ago, saying that he was going to fight Kendrick Carter, also known as Preppy, his best friend, for the opportunity to fight Eddie Reed in the main event that night to move on in the World Title Tournament. Obviously, things didn't go his way, and Jordan Brooks wasn't able to win that matchup, and now it puts us to here where Jordan Brooks is just looking for that win. He's looking to prove himself, and he's looking to show to everyone that he is a someone here in Create A Caw.
Absolutely, and what better way to do it than to dash the dreams of a young hopeful in General Manager Townsend's debutee here tonight. Jordan Brooks looking to make a big statement as to why he is still a top competitor here on CAC.
You know, history definitely repeats itself, as that's what Kendrick Carter did to Jordan Brooks, and that's what Jordan Brooks is looking to do to whoever coming out next in that debut. And it looks like we're about to find out right now, as here comes the latest new signee to Create A Caw. It is the Gladiator, Chase Owens.
Chase Owens looking to make a big statement here tonight. If he can find a way to beat Jordan Brooks, he's still making a statement regarding his status here in CAC. He may be brand new to the scene, but he's no stranger to wrestling.
You know, you say that, Ragone, this guy has definitely been all over the world, traveling throughout the indies to make his name in wrestling right now. This guy has been everywhere you can name he has wrestled in, and it's going to be so interesting to see what he can do tonight, as we have a lot of guys that are coming in brand new to Create A Caw, and General Manager Townsend specifically chose Chase Owens to fight Jordan Brooks tonight. So it's going to be an interesting matchup to see if Jordan Brooks can squash the hopes of another debut just as he had his hopes squashed, or if Chase Owens is able to sneak out with the victory tonight and prove that his time on the indies and his time spent traveling the world was not for a waste, and he's able to prove tonight that he is a superior talent to Jordan Brooks.
Well, that remains to be seen as he's now in the ring. It looks like we're coming close to match starting here. Jordan Brooks looks ready, though. I mean, Jordan Brooks doesn't look like he's messing around tonight.
Both men seem to be completely locked in and ready to go for this fight. They both look to be in the zone and ready to dominate each other. So definitely we're going to see a match of two men ready to go at each other full speed, and two men ready to go at it for the win. It's going to be interesting to see who can pull this one out, Ragone. And I've got to ask, who is your pick leading into this match starting?
You know, just based off of what I've seen, and based off of, you know, just everything I've seen more of Jordan Brooks, so I'm going to pick Jordan Brooks simply because I've seen more of him. You know what I mean? So, based off of what I've seen here in CAC, Jordan Brooks has the win.
Well, as the match starts, there's 20 minutes on the clock, no countouts, and Chase Owens is quickly showing off some of his powers. He goes for the quick pin here, but Jordan Brooks quickly kicks out. You know, Ragone, I agree with what you're saying. We've definitely seen more of Jordan Brooks, but Chase Owens come out to a hot start here against Jordan Brooks. You would think that he actually might have this victory in the bag, as Jordan Brooks didn't know who he was facing tonight. So I actually would have to disagree with you and say that I really think that Chase Owens could pull out a great victory tonight in his debut match in Create A Caw.
Yeah, anything can happen in CAC, and if there's anything that CAC's proven to everybody, even us, week in and week out, is that anything can happen. So let's sit back and watch this match play out and unfold how it's going to, and let's see if Chase Owens can overcome Jordan Brooks.
Well, what CAC has proven to me so far, Ragone, is that I'm always right and you're always wrong. So I would think that Chase Owens is probably going to win this match. I don't think I've had a wrong guess yet on who's going to win these matches.
Yeah, well, we'll have to watch the playbacks and see if that holds true. But for now, you watch Jordan Brooks caving in the chest with those stomps, and he's fired up, he's locked in. Chase Owens makes his way back up, but Jordan Brooks not letting him have breathing space at all. And that just goes to show how hungry Jordan Brooks is, Epps. Jordan Brooks is not here messing around.
But you say that way too early, Ragone, because Chase Owens just quickly reversed back on Jordan Brooks, and now Jordan Brooks obviously coming back with the big stomp to the chest. But I still think that Chase Owens has more to prove tonight than Jordan Brooks. Obviously, Jordan Brooks is very hungry, but he already had his debut match and lost. He already's been there, done that. Chase Owens is once again another debut fighting, and as you know, Ragone, as all of us know in the wrestling business, your debut match makes or breaks your career in the company. If you lose that debut match, and you lose it in quite significant fashion, you could be on your one-way trip to Jobberville, my friend, and that's what Chase Owens is looking at if he's not going to be able to win this match tonight. So you got to think that Chase Owens has a lot to lose if he doesn't win this match here tonight.
Both men have quite a bit to lose, but you are right about one thing. You definitely want to make that everlasting first impression a good one, and a memorable one at that. So if Chase Owens can manage to beat Jordan Brooks tonight, what an impression that would make for CAC.
One man that'll definitely be an important factor in this match is definitely going to be Kendrick Carter, as we saw him last week be unable to defeat Jack Hunter and Adam Richards as that big slap goes to Jordan Brooks. But obviously, Jordan Brooks and Kendrick Carter have developed quite a frenemy situation going on backstage and in the ring. It'll be interesting to see if he does play any sort of factor in this match, post-match, mid-match, or anything of the sort, as Kendrick Carter clearly isn't done with Jordan Brooks, and now that he doesn't have that world title to look at anymore, he might be looking at Jordan Brooks, who tells the entire crowd 2 words for you.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I think Preppy is going to be in the head of Jordan Brooks just a little bit, if anything. Jordan Brooks definitely has to have that weighing on his mind at least a little bit. You know, like you said, they were best friends, and now who knows what the status of that relationship is, if this is just business or if they really do dislike each other now. That remains to be seen, and it's drama that makes you tune in and week out to figure out what's going to happen next.
Both men go to the outside as Jordan Brooks slams Chase Owens' head to those mats. And folks, let me tell you, they are not soft at all. They might be mats on the outside, but you feel that impact as Chase Owens might be reeling a little bit from that big head spike to the outside there as he looks to give Jordan Brooks a bit of his own medicine there as the two start to fight on the outside. Ragone, I gotta wonder too, you know, we talk about the segment that happened earlier between Spike and Tyler Jones. Could we possibly be seeing a matchup at Break the Gate between Jordan Brooks and Kendrick Carter, aka Preppy?
I mean, it's very possible. Like I said, the drama just keeps unfolding week in and week out, and we get more and more to the story. And it's very, very plausible that we do see a match between Jordan Brooks and Preppy at Break the Gate. But for now, Chase Owens is definitely giving Brooks the business on the outside of the ring here. And he is impressing the hell out of me right now.
If Chase Owens is able to sneak the victory against Jordan Brooks tonight, you got to think that he could be in a great position sitting with General Manager Townsend. It was General Manager Townsend who called his number to come out here and face Jordan Brooks tonight. So if he can pull out the victory, that only places him in a better view of the General Manager Townsend tonight.
It is a call that that every young superstar hopes to hear. Kid, you're up. Now go make something happen. Make a name for yourself. And Chase Owens is actually doing a pretty good job of that right now.
He's definitely trying to make a name for himself because he just slammed Jordan Brooks' head against that post there. And once again, we see another debut who uses the outside of their advantage in a smart, technical way, as there is no countouts in Create A Caw. But once again, Jordan Brooks quickly catches him.
That reversal with that knee strike. Chase Owens went for that knee strike, and Brooks countered it with a Dr. Teeth of his own.
Brooks quickly showing his ability in the ring, showing that he is no joke in the wrestling ring as he looks to now smash Chase Owens to the ground here. Jordan Brooks quickly taking control over this match, and it could be that he's destroying the hopes of a young up-and-comer in Chase Owens.
We will see about that. Like I said, Chase Owens is actually impressing the heck out of me. My pick remains the same. I still think Jordan Brooks comes out with the win over this man, but nonetheless, Chase Owens proving something here tonight.
What's Jordan Brooks got set up for him right now as he looks to throw him into the turnbuckles there, inflicting some major damage onto the Gladiator right now as Jordan Brooks looks to really be trying to take over this match. What's he got set up for here? Slamming him with a big power bomb into the mat. He's going for the cover. 1, 2, no. Chase Owens quickly kicking out of that.
Almost had him there. Almost dashed the hopes and dreams of a young man named Chase Owens. Chase Owens brought back to his feet though. And Brooks is giving him the business now. The forearm after forearm and then the sling blade putting down Chase Owens. Now Epps, you have to admire Jordan Brooks' tenacity here this evening. He knows he has a lot to lose in this match. And Chase Owens has everything to gain. He does not want to be the man that Chase Owens makes his name off of.
You know, I'm going to be the one to say it because I'm always the one to say it. But Chase Owens might actually be the one to end this match right now as he looks to finish off Jordan Brooks going for the cover. 1, 2, no. Doesn't even get that 2 count against Jordan Brooks.
He got
there.
The 1 count. That goes back to what I was saying, Epps. Jordan Brooks is showing a whole new side to his tenacity that we have not seen before.
You want to see tenacity, Ragone? You're going to see some tenacity as Chase Owens into suicide time against Jordan Brooks there, showing some tenacity in this match. And I still think Chase Owens could very much be the one to make his surprise debut tonight and show the General Manager Townsend that he has what it takes to be a top contender in this company.
He's definitely looking very impressive. I have to admit that Chase Owens is looking very impressive this match. I'm impressed at the different styles he's portrayed throughout this match. He's shown a little bit of power. He's shown speed. He's shown aerial maneuvers. I mean, not a lot of people in CAC in general pull out all those different stops just to get their debut, just in their debut.
I mean, we talked about it earlier to start this match, but Chase Owens has been all over the world, traveling the wrestling world to compete. And he's been in many arenas, he's seen many fans, he's seen many companies, and right now he's trying to make a name for himself and create a cause. He gets that big knee to the face of Jordan Brooks, but he does have all these talents because he's been all over the world. He gets that big knee to Jordan Brooks outside the ring.
Brings a tear to my eye.
Ragone, I think you have a weird obsession with knees, my friend. You might need to get yourself checked out for that.
Oh, I mean, it may be an unhealthy obsession with my knees, but they are the most devastating knees in the game, my friend. So, but Chase Owens, though, giving the forearms to Jordan Brooks, beating him down on the outside of the ring once again.
Oh, with a big super kick to the outside.
This match has not... It seems like these men have spent just as much time outside the ring as they have inside the ring. Maybe this is getting a little bit personal for Brooks. Maybe Chase Owens is
Ragone, it's not personal at all. You got to think, if you have a show that allows you to have no countouts, you got to take advantage of that. The most damage you can do in a wrestling match is outside the ring. And as much as I don't love cheaters, and as much as I love embracing the rules and being an upstanding great wrestler, I have to admit that using the outside to your advantage is a smart move by both men in this match. So that's something you just got to do. And when we allow the wrestlers to not have any countouts, you got to take advantage of that and use the outside as much as you can to inflict that damage.
And I did say earlier during our broadcast that you win at any cost. You do what you have to win the match. Oh my gosh! Slamming Brooks' back right off the steel steps.
That's gotta be some big damage to Jordan Brooks, as that could be a game changer.
Brooks might be done. Brooks may be done. He may be out for the count.
That would have knocked out a lesser man, but Jordan Brooks clearly fighting back right now. I don't know how the man is still standing. I don't know how the man could take that big hit onto the steel steps and continue to fight and fight hard like he is right now. But Chase Owens is looking to end the match for the man, as he points out to someone in the crowd. I have no idea who he's pointing at there, but Chase Owens looking to end Jordan Brooks' match tonight as he looks to take the victory in this match.
You know, I heard Chase Owens actually brought his family here to the arena tonight. That may be his family that he was pointing at. I'm not sure exactly where they're sitting.
Ragone, families for suckers. Let's just make that one thing clear. But Chase Owens quickly gets back up, but Jordan Brooks gives him a big slap to the face, and Chase Owens is having none of that as the two start to get in a bit of a kicking match here on the outside of the ring.
And Brooks just beating the holy hell out of Chase Owens now, punching him, giving him a few good punches right there. And he looks to flip him over, and Chase lands right on his L5 vertebrae.
You got to start to think that these two must be needing to take this match back inside the ring soon, because that's the only way you can really win this match. Both men have taken so much damage. It only takes a pinfall to win this match, and right now Jordan Brooks is looking to capitalize as he throws Chase Owens into the ring, and he might be looking to end Chase Owens and walk out with the victory tonight, as he's looking for that big powerbomb. It seems no, with a big clothesline instead, as he's looking to take out Chase Owens. 1, 2, 3.
Jordan Brooks with a good win. In my mind, a comeback win. After taking that slam onto the steel steps, I thought Chase Owens may have taken this victory from Jordan Brooks. But you saw the tenacity, you saw the heart Jordan Brooks displayed. But not to take anything away from Chase Owens. What an impressive debut. The young man has a very bright future if he sticks with it here in CAC.
Jordan Brooks clearly must have had some damage done to him, as he wasn't strong enough to hit that powerbomb of Chase Owens. But regardless, the clothesline still does it for him as he takes the win here tonight, sending a message to Kendrick Carter, who's clearly watching this match very closely, as he could be looking at his future competitor come break the gate. But we have no idea what's going to be happening in the next few weeks in regards to Jordan Brooks Hopefully, we're able to find that out. But now, we're going to get into our next match with it. What?
Let's go. That's Preppy. Preppy's here. Why is Preppy here?
Preppy's here on the outside, and it looks like Jordan Brooks is going to have some words with the man.
I can tell you exactly why Preppy's here. He is looking to get into Jordan Brooks. Oh my God! No word spoken. They are exchanging blows right now. It has taken the whole kitchen sink to pull these men apart right now.
These two are ready for war against each other, as they don't care about security. They don't care about the referees. They are brawling to the very end of it. And Kendrick Carter clearly shouldn't have been there. He clearly shouldn't have been there at all, but some reason shows up at the end of Jordan Brooks' match. Is this a sign to come for Break the Gate, Ragone?
You know what? That remains to be seen. As I said, every week the drama between these two unfolds and reveals something new to the story. So I'm excited for the conclusion of this story at Break the Gate, or even if it is, we could see a part 2.
Well, now we're going to go to our triple threat of the evening to figure out who's going to head on to Break the Gate and face off against Adam Richards in that World Title Tournament finale.
And here we are to the triple threat for the World Title Tournament. And out coming first is Phenomeco. Epps, what do you think Phenomeco's chances are of coming out victorious in this match?
You know, this brings me back to the very first week of Create A Caw when we talked about Phenomeco's chances of being the first ever champion in Create A Caw. And right now, he is looking to capitalize on that. He is looking to become that first ever champion. Defeating PK King to get in this triple threat now was no small feat for the luchador, and I think he has a huge chance to walk out of here with the victory and possibly go to Break the Gate against Adam Richards for that world title, which could be a huge moment in this man's career.
Absolutely. We're talking about a guy that's already been there and done that in a lot of places that he's wrestled. And for you to say that this could actually capitalize something in his career, that says quite a bit to the talent of this man. And as Phenomeco comes into the ring, you got to think, how dialed in is he? How ready is he for two other competitors looking for that same shot?
I mean, Ragone, you talk about he's been there, done that, but no company is quite like Create A Caw. No one does it quite like we do it. To win the World Championship in CAC is a massive feat, and Phenomeco knows that. He needs to have his sights set on the victory tonight and no disruptions, but one man who is looking to disrupt the vision of Phenomeco and upset the fans here tonight is the crazy one, Crazy J, who's coming down the ring. Anthony, we all know what this man has done so far in his short time in Create A Caw, and he is not a fan favorite at all in this match. What do you think his chances are to walk out with the victory here tonight?
You know, fan favorite or not, there's no denying this dude's success here in CAC. He's been absolutely demolishing everybody, and aside from one lone war that he went last week with Sin Dragon, he's been basically controlling everybody he fights against. And that says a lot to his chances here tonight. I think he has probably the best chance just based off of what record shows.
Speaking of record, I mean, Crazy J is the only man in CAC today that is still undefeated, and he has, I believe, he is 5-0, I believe, if I'm not wrong there, Ragone. But he is 5-0, and if he wins this triple threat, now moving to 6-0, going against Adam Richards at Break the Gate, which would be a huge momentous occasion if Adam Richards does face off against Crazy and beats him, because that would be the Crazy One's first ever loss in Create A Caw, or possibly we could even see it tonight in this triple threat. But for Crazy J to go that long without a loss on his record speaks volumes for the talent of the man, and he could be so much more of a man if the fans just got behind him, but clearly he doesn't want the fans, he doesn't care about the fans, he only wants that brass ring, that CAC World Championship.
Absolutely, and Crazy J looks on as our third and final competitor comes out. You hear him, he won the match last week during his shot. You hear in this match, it is none other than the sniper, Johnny Miles. Epps. Johnny Miles, obviously a new face here in CAC. What do you think his chances are going up against guys like Phenomeco and Crazy J, who have been on dang near every single episode?
I mean, you look at a guy like Johnny Miles, you can't count him out in this match. I know his opponents might, but you can't count out the sniper, because clearly he's shown some grit and determination his match a week ago against Tyler Jones. I mean, that was his best friend, that was his tag team partner for a long time. The two partnered for such a long period of time, and Johnny Miles had to face that fear and go head to head against his best friend and put him in the canvas for that 1-2-3. So this man clearly wants the title. He wants to be that face of Create A Caw, and he's willing to put away anyone he needs to do that. And putting away his best friend Tyler Jones last week just proved to the fans and proved to everyone that he is here and focused for that world title.
Absolutely, and Johnny Miles, as you said, looking to conquer anybody in his way. Well, he's got quite a bit to conquer today in the undefeated Crazy J and Phenomeco, who of course has a couple blemishes on his record, but nonetheless has earned his right to be here, winning when it mattered most. So now, can Phenomeco win where it matters most again and move on to that title match? Which of these three men do you feel has the best chance to make it to that world title match and face Adam Richards?
I'm gonna be honest, Ragone. It's very clear to me who's gonna be the one who wins this match, and that's gonna be the Crazy One, Crazy J. I mean, this guy is undefeated. He's never lost a match. The only match he's ever seen to have a slight downfall is against Sin Dragon, but he still ended up beating Sin Dragon with a key reversal. I mean, the man showed so much in his time here as he goes and spikes Phenomeco onto the canvas there. But I really think that Crazy J just has a massive chance to go undefeated all the way to that championship, which could be a huge moment for Create A Caw and the Crazy One himself. But, you know, I obviously know you're always rooting for the underdogs. You're always looking for the other guys. So, Ragone, what are you thinking on this match?
Well, I wanted to ask you one more question before I get to my pick. Do you think that Crazy J being on every single episode so far is going to affect, like, do you feel like he's getting exhausted? You saw that match last week with Sin Dragon. He seemed to be moving a lot slower than normal. So do you think exhaustion is going to play a key factor into this match?
You know, speaking from experience, I've definitely been that workhorse guy, as I'm so talented myself. But, you know, there's a certain time where you get exhausted in matches. There's certain times where you have to push yourself to go beyond that barrier, and that's what Crazy J needs to do tonight. But he needs to pull out a different set of tactics to win this match when he starts to get tired, and that's what he needs to do to pull out the win tonight.
Well, you know, we know the fans love Adam Richards, and honestly, I think the fans would honestly love to see a Phenomeco or Johnny Miles face Adam Richards for the championship. But I will have to agree with you. I think the unblemished record I think he has too much momentum going into this match, and I think Crazy J might slightly pull out the win in this one. I think it's going to be a great, fantastic match, but I do have to agree with you for once in thinking the Crazy One is going to come out on top.
You know, speaking of Adam Richards, obviously he will have a close eye on this match as Crazy J gives some gut punches to Phenomeco and is looking to hit him with some big suplexes here. Maybe looking for the triple suplex here. It looks like he's setting up a couple here.
There's two.
Crazy J possibly going for a third here.
That's three big-time teardrop suplexes, Epps. He just hit three in a row without letting Phenomeco go. I think that answers my exhaustion question.
You know, but back to Adam Richards, because clearly he is the one we know for a fact is going to break the gate for that world championship, and he must be watching this match very closely. And I spoke to him backstage a little bit earlier, as well as at my house, because as you know, he sleeps on my couch most of the time. But he was talking about who he wants to win this match, and he was saying that if he had the choice, he would love to face off against Phenomenal, because he feels like that would be a perfect match for him to test his ability. He said that he enjoys the talent that Johnny Miles brings to the table, and he does appreciate how hard Crazy J's been working, but he really hopes that Phenomenal can pull out the win tonight so that he can really test his abilities come break the gate.
Absolutely, and wouldn't that be a sight that the fans want to see? Phenomenal and Adam Richards. Think about the pop that match would receive, but you also got to think, for every good guy story, there has to be a bad guy for it to be any good. Am I right?
That is fair. Bad guys do need to exist for a reason. Johnny Miles, though, quickly going for the cover against Phenomenal, looking to get the win, but Crazy J stops him and flips him off as Johnny Miles is looking to end Crazy J here. Can he get... No! Crazy J rakes the eyes of Johnny Miles, starting off the cheating fairly quickly in this match. Crazy J trying to get the advantage against Johnny Miles and looking to put the sniper down quickly in this triple threat match.
Now, Epps, you said you're a fan of fair competition. How fair was that eye-raking Johnny Miles to get out of a possible big maneuver?
I mean, Ragone, I do say I'm a fan of fair treatment, and I'm a fan of anything that gets the win. Because honestly, all's fair in love and wrestling, and you need to do what you need to do to get the win, especially when a world championship's on the line. So Crazy J might have had to rake the eyes there, but that's just the price to pay when you have to become world champion. And Ragone, as a world champion, I can say that you might not understand because you're just an open weight champion, but I can understand because I'm a world champion, and that's what us world champions have to do to maintain our greatness.
I guess results speak for themselves, Epps. I may not agree with you 100%, but results do speak louder than words. So,
Johnny Miles, though, quickly recovering back in the ring as he looks to take out Crazy J, maybe getting a bit of revenge there. On the outside, we could see a brawl on the outside here, but Crazy J throwing some wicked punches to the sniper as he looks to possibly... Oh, no. No. Oh, my God. Slamming that back into the mats outside them.
And as you said earlier tonight, Epps, these mats are not very thick. They provide a little protection from that concrete floor, but not all that much. So you know that had to hurt Johnny Miles.
Phenomenal sends both men into the corner. What's he looking at here? What does he have planned for Crazy J as he swings him into the ropes, looking for that big elbow, that big knockout elbow. We saw this put away PK King. Can it put away Crazy J as he hits two? No. Crazy J quickly kicks out at the 2 count there, looking to get a bit of revenge on Phenomenal, but Phenomenal reverses it back as the two joust for some position in this match here. Anthony, I gotta ask, we talked about Crazy J, but he's looking to end this match. Before I even get to ask the question, can Crazy J put away Phenomenal? 1, 2, no!
Johnny Miles recovering just in time to see what was going on. Good ring awareness, but he gets hit with another crazy bottom.
Crazy J is looking to take the victory in this match as he pins Johnny Miles off another crazy bottom. 2, no! Crazy J is looking insanely focused in this match, Ragone. He is looking ready to put away whoever he needs to. He doesn't care if it's the sniper. He doesn't care if it's Phenomenal. He's looking to put away anyone he has to do with that big toss in the turnbuckles there.
Absolutely, and there's another spine buster. You got to think, how bad is Johnny's back looking at the moment, because he has taken a lot of punishment this match from Crazy J in particular.
The one thing you got to do is you have to keep fighting. No matter what, you have to keep fighting. That's what Crazy J is doing, that's what Phenomenal is doing, and that's what Johnny Miles has to do here tonight. I understand he could be very tired in that ring right now. His back could be insanely damaged, but he can't worry about that right now. The only thing he can worry about is winning this match and going on to break the gate. As Phenomenal hits that brutal knee to the face of Johnny Miles. Could he be looking for the pin here? No, he's not looking for it.
No, he's going to tap him out. The ultimate insult, making him tap out. Crazy J, though, moving in to break it up fairly quickly. Now, you said it earlier, you have to do anything you can when the title's on the line. Johnny Miles digging deep here, I feel like, to stay in this match and have a chance to go on and face Adam Richards. But both other men are not making it easy on him. And as they exchange blows, Johnny Miles just looking for his opportunity to take his shot.
I mean, Johnny Miles, we can't underestimate the kid's ability, but that is the difference. He is in the ring right now with two major veterans of the business. So when you think about guys like Phenomenal and Crazy J going against a guy like Johnny Miles, I mean, Johnny Miles hasn't had too many of these opportunities. He hasn't had too many chances to really prove himself in these major matches against major talent. So it's really one of those things that he needs to overcome tonight, as Phenomenal hits that major splash and might be looking to put Crazy J away as he goes for the cover. Johnny Miles back up. Can he break up the pin too? Johnny Miles quickly breaks up the pin. Johnny Miles
makes it just in time, but Phenomenal putting him right down fairly quickly. Phenomenal, the only man standing in the ring. Now, this could be Phenomenal's chance to hit a big maneuver and take advantage of the other guy being down. What do you think?
I mean, we talked about it when we went against PK King a week ago, I believe, and when he qualified for this triple threat, we talked about how Phenomenal really wants this championship, how he'll do anything to get this championship, and he's not going to let anyone stand in his way. We saw that when he fought back against PK King, got that victory out of nowhere, and he's looking for it tonight when he goes against Crazy J.
Oh my God, that German suplex
across the ring. Obviously showing off the size advantage there. Crazy J showing a bit of his muscle there as he flips off Johnny Miles again in this match.
Crazy J just showing no regard to health and safety. He does not care about anything but getting this win. And he doesn't care what the fans think of him either. That's, I think, what sets Crazy J apart from so many different roster members on this roster, is the fact that Crazy J just simply does not care about anything but success rate. And I think he's proving that here tonight.
I mean, Crazy J definitely trying to put away a lot of people as he aims for that back of Johnny Miles again. Can Johnny Miles go down? 1, 2, maybe no! A close kick out by the sniper Johnny Miles there. Ragone, there's been so many close covers in this match, but
Absolutely.
This could be the final cover as Crazy J goes for that crazy bottom as he's looking to take out, but Phenomenal quickly breaks it up. Ragone, I mean, like I said, there's been so many close covers in this matchup. I mean, what's it going to take to really put these guys away once and for all?
The right moment. That's what it's going to take, is the right moment, doing it, catching the other man off guard. These guys are all dialed in and focused, so it's really going to have to come down to the moment. And Crazy J rolls out. He's taking his time getting up. What's he doing back there?
Crazy J looks to be messing around backstage right now as Phenomenal goes for that major kick. It doesn't matter what Crazy J's doing on the side, because inside the ring, Phenomenal could steal the victory too. No.
Johnny Miles showing some resiliency right now. He is doing a phenomenal job showing some fortitude and showing why he deserves to be in this match.
I'm still wondering what Crazy J is doing on the outside here, as it looks like he's looking underneath the ring for something. As we go back to the action inside the ring, I don't know what Crazy J just did, but it looks like Crazy J might have loaded something into his hands. But Phenomenal quickly taking it to Crazy J. It doesn't matter what's in his hand, because Phenomenal's looking to submit the Crazy One right now as he's looking to fight against Crazy J and possibly get the guy out. But Crazy J fighting back really quickly.
Crazy J with another German suplex into the turnbuckle. Phenomenal might be done. This could be it. 1, 2, and Phenomenal kicks out again. Crazy J cannot believe it. Johnny Miles, back to the canvas he goes.
Ragone, I'm somewhat worried. It looks like that right fist of Crazy J right now looks to be a bit bigger. I wonder what he did underneath that ring. I have no idea, but he looks to be taking complete control of Phenomenal here. It looks like he got a clear second wing as he's just throwing the much smaller opponent around the ring right now. And he looks to be, once again, checking out that fist as he's going to set up the crazy bottom here. He's looking to end Phenomenal while Johnny Miles is outside the ring. This could be the end of the match right here. And he looks to lay him out with the crazy bottom, going for the cover as Johnny Miles gets up. Can he get back in the ring in time? 1, 2.
Phenomenal kicks out and an early 2. Crazy J, what's he doing? Oh, big exploder suplex there to Johnny Miles. Johnny Miles has taken so much damage in this match. I can't say it enough. I don't know how this kid is still going. Like, I understand a world title is on the line, but comes a point where you have to think about your safety.
Johnny Miles is just getting utterly destroyed in this matchup. I don't know how he's still going or going. I mean, you just said it yourself, but this guy is showing so much heart and so much determination, but generally, the human body can only take so much damage, and he's taken so much already that I don't know how he continues to fight and continues to go.
Absolutely. This is just this is insane to see from Johnny Miles.
Johnny Miles is looking to end it, showing a major feat of strength. Crazy J though.
Oh my God! He slapped him with that bigger glove.
Crazy J just knocked out Johnny Miles. Crazy J just knocked out Johnny Miles. Not this way.
Crazy J.
Not this way.
Just what?
Crazy J just knocked out Johnny Miles with that right fist.
What in the world just happened? Okay, Epps, I think we need to have that.
What is going on?
I don't know what that was in his glove, but it just added an extra oomph behind that slap, because there is no way a slap like that should have knocked out Johnny Miles.
Johnny Miles needs medical attention right now. He is not in a good way at all. He is knocked out in the ring. He is not in a good way. I don't know what Crazy J did outside the ring, but it clearly wasn't something that should be done by a future world champion. Nonetheless, I mean, Crazy J is the winner of this triple threat. He's moving on to take on Adam Richards at Break the Gate in 2 weeks' time. And here is your champion. It is the future champion, possibly. Oh, Ragone. It doesn't look like someone was happy with that performance that Crazy J just put on.
Absolutely not.
Here is his opponent. Come break the gate. Ragone, I'll let you say it. What time is it, my friend?
It's Sex Machine time, baby. And you know damn well Adam Richards was watching this match from the back, and you cannot think that he was not happy with the way that ended. You know he's going to have some words to say. I just can't wait to see it. We could have Break the Gate early tonight.
You know, I still really hope that someone can get to Johnny Miles, because it looks like he's just laying outside the ring right there. Our medical team is trying to get some assistance to him. But once again, I got to question what was in Crazy J's glove there, or his tape. I don't even know what he did on the outside of the ring. We couldn't have a shot of him checking underneath the ring. But now Adam Richards is coming out to face down his opponent for the Create A Caw World Championship, and to see which man will come out of Break the Gate as the inaugural World Champion. I mean, this is a bittersweet moment, Ragone. We know who the main event of Break the Gate is going to be, but I genuinely think that it came and it's somewhat of a bad way. I mean, Crazy J could have won that match without resorting to knocking out Johnny Miles like he did. The newcomer did not deserve that in his second match ever in Create A Caw.
No, he did not, but you also got to wonder, does Richards know what's in Crazy J's glove? Does he know that he got something from under the ring? Because he could be, we could see the same thing happen to Adam Richards right now. Crazy J, we've already seen what Crazy J is willing to do to win this world title.
Well, the two are clearly looking, they're talking in the ring. They're pointing out to the crowd. I don't know what they're talking about in the ring, but we're clearly going to try and get some better semblance about what's going on as Crazy J just looking to walk away from Adam Richards. He doesn't want none of the Sex Machine tonight as he just walked away with the victory in this triple threat.
Hey! Just because one half of the world title contenders is done for tonight doesn't mean that we are all done here. Well, now, with that being said, I think that this is a perfect time to reintroduce, wait for it, Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another edition of the Sex Machine Open Challenge. Now, whoever is backstage who wants to get in the ring with the future world champ, come out here right now in the front of these beautiful people of Montreal, Quebec, and get ready to rock with the Sex Machine, baby!
Well, it looks like the man who Adam Richards beat last week, Jack Hunter, is accepting the Sex Machine Open Challenge. Ragone, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, Richards didn't pin Jack Hunter per se, but he still beat him in that triple threat. And now Jack Hunter's looking to answer the open challenge of Adam Richards, who wants a match to prep him for Break the Gate in 2 weeks' time.
Well, it's a bold strategy going in. You know, he has an opportunity to go in to Break the Gate rested and ready to go. But no, he's looking to fight. In my mind, Adam Richards is the epitome of what a champion should be. Going out and fighting no matter what, not taking a day off, you know, just personifying what a world champion should be. And Jack Hunter answering the call here shows testament to what he's all about too. But we all know Jack Hunter's not out here to make it. He's not out here to make a shot at the world title. He's out here to inflict pain. And let's just be honest, that's been his mantra since he got here.
It's important to note that Crazy J is still ringside, though. I have no idea why he's still here, but it looks like Jack Hunter is also grabbing a mic.
You filthy little motherfucker. You think you have the right? You think you've got the fucking right to go on and fight Crazy J for the world title at Break the Gate? No. You see, you've done a lot here, Richards. I take nothing away from you. But you haven't pinned me, which means you aren't shit compared to Jack fucking Hunter.
Oh, you want to fight, Jack? You say that I've never pinned you? Well, you know what? Fair point. But how about we make the stakes a bit higher tonight? You beat me, and I will give you my spot in the title match at Break the Gate against Crazy J.
That's more fucking like it.
But when I do beat you, Jack, I expect you to get to the back of the line just like everyone else and realize that you're nothing more than a dick with a little man syndrome. And despite what all the ladies say to you, I can say with confidence that size does matter, little man.
Ragone, there you have it. It looks like Adam Richards is putting up his shot at the World Championship against Jack Hunter tonight in our main event. Jack Hunter looking, if he can beat Adam Richards, the Sex Machine, tonight, he gets that one-way ticket to Break the Gate against Crazy J for the world title. I mean, why would the Sex Machine Adam Richards do this?
You know, he's extremely confident in his ability for sure, but I mean, come on, Richards. You've already secured the main event of the very first pay-per-view for CAC. Why be stupid about it and possibly jeopardize everything?
Well, here we go for our main event of the evening. It's important to note that Crazy J is still ringside, looks to be in Jack Hunter's corner for this main event match. 20 minutes on the clock, no countouts, and it looks like Jack Hunter is quickly going to take out the Sex Machine as he is looking for his ticket to become that first ever world champion. And he did say in his promo, Ragone, I mean, he does have quite a bit of a point. Adam Richards didn't pin Jack Hunter. Adam Richards technically didn't beat Jack Hunter, so that's why he's looking to take on the Sex Machine here tonight. And I mean, it's an idea. It's a bit flawed, but it's still an idea there. And Jack Hunter's looking to get that shot again and become a world champion.
Well, like I said before, Epps, I don't think it's so much the fact that Jack Hunter's looking for the opportunity to become a champion, but to prove to Adam Richards that, hey, you really can't beat me. And just the world title opportunity is just a side off of it. Like, Jack Hunter is only out here to inflict pain on Adam Richards and to make sure that Adam Richards knows that he can't beat him one-on-one. I feel like that's the reason Jack Hunter is accepting this challenge, and that's why Jack Hunter is out here right now.
Regardless of why Jack Hunter accepted the challenge, you also got to question, why is Crazy J still out here? I mean, obviously, he wants to watch his future opponent at work but he has previous footage on the Sex Machine. He doesn't need to be here ringside for this match.
Yeah, but what perfect opportunity for the Crazy One to get an up-close and personal view than right after his match. He didn't have to go backstage or anything. He didn't have to come out separately. He didn't have to make another trip. And you know Crazy J won't make another trip unless he absolutely has to, so he just decided to hang out for this match.
Well, Ragone, I'm going to tell you what, I am still worried, though, that Crazy J does have that, whatever he did to knock out Johnny Miles, he could do the same to Adam Richards here tonight, as he looks to be supporting Jack Hunter. So, I'm actually quite worried for our number one contender for that world title. I'm worried for Adam Richards, who's in the ring right now, as at any point, Crazy J could try and knock out the champion here, or the possible champion, the contender, should I say, here tonight in this match.
You know, there is always that possibility, and it's not very alien to see Crazy J utilize underhanded tactics in CAC, as we've seen in the match prior, in weeks prior. This is not a new thing for Crazy J. As Adam Richards, though, with that big pop-up DDT there,
going for the pin, doesn't even get a 1 count though. Adam Richards trying to end this match early. Obviously, if you are Adam Richards in this match, you want to be as cautious as you can. You want to make sure that you secure the win. You don't have to pull out any fancy moves. I mean, obviously, we saw that great pop-up DDT there, but if I'm Adam Richards, I'm just trying to secure the win and get out of here, because I put up my title opportunity in this match. I put up everything that I've worked so hard for. It's so out of character to see Adam Richards doing that, but obviously the man's very confident in what he can do against Jack Hunter, and he's doing that tonight, but he needs to just secure this win and get out of this main event, still going to break the gate for that world title.
Not only that, Epps, if you look at Adam Richards now, he actually has the fans behind him. This is something fairly new to Adam Richards, as he's been one of the guys that's been booed throughout his entire career. So now,
Adam Richards there.
But back to my point, Adam Richards now has the fans behind him for once in his career, where he's spent majority of it being the guy that everybody rooted against. So you have to think that's got to play into the confidence factor for Adam Richards as well, and him not wanting to let the fans down.
I mean, I guess you make a fair point, Ragone. I've never been one to care about the fans too much in my career, but I can understand how people like you and Adam Richards can embrace the fans and really appreciate those filthy marks. But to me, they're all just a bunch of coronavirus-carrying losers. But we get back to the match as Jack Hunter is looking to drop some big elbows onto Adam Richards there. And Ragone, I got to ask you though, what are your chances, do you think, of Jack Hunter possibly taking the victory here tonight and moving on to break the gate to face off against Crazy J?
We've seen stranger things happen here in CAC. However, I think Richards is still the guy to beat in CAC, despite Crazy J being the only undefeated superstar. I still think Adam Richards is the guy to beat in CAC. I mean, if you think about it, the dude has just shown fortitude. He's shown the offense. He's got the swagger. He's got everything a world champion and the face of a company would want. But then you have the other hand, Crazy J. He's got the tenacity and
Ragone, I'm going to stop you there, because it looks like Adam Richards just might have got the victory here tonight as he's looking to pin Jack Hunter, but doesn't get it. I mean, Ragone, just to go off of your point, as Adam Richards might be looking to end Jack Hunter here, Adam Richards has only had one loss, and right now he's looking to add another win to the column as he's looking to finish off Jack Hunter early as he hits the panorama. Looking to cover Jack Hunter. Could this be the end of Jack Hunter? 2, 3.
Adam Richards puts him away with panorama. Adam Richards puts away Jack Hunter for panorama, and he did exactly what you thought he should do, is just get in and get out, make sure he secures the victory. He wasn't too flashy in that match, Epps.
Less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes is what it took for the Sex Machine to beat Jack Hunter here tonight. And now he's looking to go on to break the gate with Crazy J for that World Championship. And he has only had one loss. Crazy J is undefeated. It's sure to be one hell of a matchup between the two giants of Create A Caw at Break the Gate.
Absolutely. And as you see Adam Richards victoriously raising his arm in the ring, He knows that he's secured that shot, and he knows, now everybody knows without a shadow of a doubt, that he is the #1 contender, and he is the best hope in beating Crazy J and handing him his first blemish in CAC, and it's going to be in the main event of Break the Gate for the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship, Epps.
If anyone's going to beat the man, it's going to be this man, Adam Richards, as he still shows a bit of sign of sportsmanship. But Jack Hunter knocks out Adam Richards. We've seen a lot of that here tonight. Adam Richards on the ground, dazed and confused. What's Crazy J? Crazy J just passed a chair to Jack Hunter. Ragone.
What in the hell?
These two are looking to take out Adam Richards before Break the Gate even starts.
What?
Jay Young! That's Jay Young!
Jay Young! Jay Young is here! We haven't seen him since week 1! Jay Young coming to the aid of Adam Richards!
I can't believe it. Jay Young just saved the #1 contender for the world title and stopping Crazy J to take out his biggest competition yet.
Oh my goodness, this is a new story developing. We haven't seen Jay Young since week 1.
I have no idea where Jay Young came from. I mean, I didn't see him backstage. I didn't see him anywhere, but he ends the night saving what could be our future champion, Adam Richards. But in 2 weeks' time, we get to see it because Adam Richards will be facing Crazy J at Break the Gate for that first ever world title championship match.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on CAC for Week 6 action. Be sure to join us in 2 weeks at our very first featured episode, Break the Gate, where we see the drama conclude between Kendrick Carter and Jordan Brooks. Will anything develop between Jack Hunter and Jay Young, as we saw in the final match? Jay Young coming to the aid of Adam Richards after Jack Hunter hit him with a cheap shot with a sucker punch. Speaking of Adam Richards, be sure to catch the main event, Crazy J, Adam Richards, inaugural World Championship. Can't be a bigger episode than this. Make sure you come in 2 weeks' time and join us. Thank you. I am the 93-degree knee, Anthony Ragone, and on behalf of Adam the Enterprise Epps, you guys have a great night.